We're doing the jam out.
Hey, we're finishing up the principles today, Todd. It's got to be appropriate. I'm sure people are happy to see the 12 principles wrap up today. We're gonna jump right into
12 episodes. This is taking us through the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think it's been a great refresher. We've gotten a lot of great comments from all of you about how, actually, surprisingly, a lot of emails too about how surprised you are how well the Agile Manifesto ties to the Scrum framework
and how it holds up.
Yeah, all these people talk. Let's take 30 seconds here. A lot of people talking about what's after Agile or Agile 2.0 or Agile, 3.0 or. Man, we haven't even mined the riches of the first manifesto of Agile software development. And all these people talking about new things, maybe let's just do what the first one says and try that,
Yeah.
But anyways,
let's get that. 12. Let's start to get some of these right first, right?
Yeah, let's get these right. Actually, there's some great discussions happening in community.agileforhumans.com about a lot of these topics. Come and join us, community.agileforhumans.com. It's free. Get a lot of access to Todd and I and hundreds of people in the community talking about all the cool things that can help you get better at Scrum. And today is all about getting better, Todd. At regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective, then tunes and adjusts its behavior accordingly. That seemed difficult to get out. This is all about improvement, man. This is what I love about it is there's empiricism, there's improvement, and there's effectiveness, right? The Scrum team is accountable for how effective it is. The Scrum Master watches over that carefully. During a retrospective, they tune, they discuss, they come up with ways to improve and adjust. How could an Agile team, Todd, operate without embracing this 12th principle?
They can't. And it's interesting. So you and I are both obviously professional Scrum trainers, scrum.org. We're also pro Kanban trainers. So Kanban has a principle to continuous improve as well. It's not explicit as to how. It just says, make a explicit policy on how you're going to do this.
Todd, could a Kanban team choose to have a retro at given intervals?
Oh yeah.
They can define their workflow. Amazing, right?
Yeah. And they're going to make an explicit policy about how and when they continuously improve, maybe inspect their definition of workflow, things like that. Scrum's very explicit on this, right? Where Kanban leaves it up to the team to decide. Scrum is very explicit, sprint retrospective.
Yeah, and the retro is the whole team, whole Scrum team coming together. How did this last sprint go? About people, relationships, tools. Our definition of done is quality going well. How do we become more effective? That dings another person joining the community. All right. And then they figure out an improvement item. They tune and then adjust behavior accordingly. Right? It's one of those where I don't know how you learn without embracing this principle. And like Todd said, Scrum has made it explicit, right? You will have this event that is dedicated to this principle. And so this is the opportunity to get better. I always think back to Dan Pink's work. Other more people wanting to get better. Dan Pink's work is explicit on this too. Autonomy, mastery, and purpose. This is the mastery section. This is improvement. This is learning. This is leveling up. And this event, this principle, there's another. This principle really makes part of that, what motivates people work, make sure it happens. The autonomy even comes into play. The team is deciding themselves how best to improve, and they get to decide how to do that. And their purpose is achieving the next sprint goal. I think all of this great stuff comes together in this final principle in the series.
Yeah. I don't know that I have much more else to say about it. I think this is continuous improvement. Each framework or method or practice or however you want to call it has its own way that it explicitly states this when it comes to Agile, right? Scrum is extremely explicit on a month or less. You're having in a retrospective. You're talking about tools, processes, people's interactions, quality, those kinds of things, and you're picking things to fine tune and move forward. But yeah, this is continuous improvement in Agile, right? And it's what we got to do.
It's part of double loop learning, right? We're closing the loop on the team aspects. The sprint review closes the loop on the product aspects. And then we take all of that learning and we loop back to the next, and we start a new sprint. This is closing feedback loops, everybody. And this is how we get better, how we improve, how we learn.
Love it.
I think that's time for an end screen. Be sure to like and subscribe. Todd, they got to ring that bell.
Ding, ding.
Ding. Oh, we didn't get one. Check out the socials, Facebook especially, along with Twitter and LinkedIn. Community.agileforhumans.com. It's a happening place. Come join us. Some videos are going to pop up. The algorithm thinks you'll like them. We do too. For Todd Miller, I'm Ryan Ripley. Go forward, do some great Scrum things. Periodically inspect and adapt. Have a review, have a retro. Think about how to improve. And we'll see you next time.